Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Tennessee off today, going to be back out on the practice field tomorrow, but that's not going to stop us from talking a little recruiting. I mentioned in yesterday's practice video, a couple of big-time prospects in town. One of those five-star quarterback, current Tennessee commit, George McIntyre, but he wasn't alone. He had a friend with him, showed this on Twitter earlier. Jaime Ffrench Jr., five-star wide receiver, was in town with him. George McIntyre, a quote, said, "Jaime is obviously a big-time player. When he was committed to Alabama, he was recruiting me pretty hard, so that is how we first met, and we have stayed close. We have flipped the switch now to where I'm kind of recruiting him. We were at the Nike Next Ones event, and that is where we set up this visit." I love the fact that George says, hey, Heupel didn't set up this visit. Coach Pope didn't set up this visit. Me, George McIntyre, and Jaime Ffrench set up this visit. Said he would definitely be a big-time get for us. I know it'll be a long battle, stuff like that, a lot of big-time schools, but I think he loves Knoxville. I think he loves the offense. I think the offense is really the main reason that he is kind of coming here. His brother was actually recruited by Coach Hype at UCF, so I think it'll give him some connections. We can maybe get it done. Now, if you don't know who Jaime Ffrench is, we'll put the profile up on the screen. Take a look at him. He's listed there as a four-star prospect. Yes, I keep calling him a five-star. Some of you say, Boogie, why do you keep saying five-star wide receiver? Well, he was listed as a five-star, dropped him to a four-star, still 22nd best player in the country. When it's all said and done, 22nd ranked player will be a five-star in this class. So he was in town. We're going to take a look at an article from VolQuest that's got some quotes about Jaime Ffrench, what he thought about his visit here. One thing that stuck out to me, I love this place. Do the Vols have a shot? We're going to get into it, talk about some other targets at the wide receiver position, where they stand with Tennessee. But as always, do me a favor, guys, smash a thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, easy. It does help this channel. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't try to pretend to be any of that stuff. This channel is built on the backs of the fans. It's for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live, when we drop a video. Going to be live later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight, Wednesday night. Myself, Coach Jay, Coach Rice, Dauber is going to be in the house. We're going to break down the first couple of days of spring practice, what stood out to us, what we're excited about. We're going to take a listen to what Josh Heupel had to say after practice number one. All kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you jump on there tonight. Going to be a good time again, 7 p.m. Eastern time. But let's go take a look. Article from VolQuest.com from the great Austin Price. Jaime Ffrench recaps multi-day Tennessee visit. Now, some of you may say, oh, you're just going to steal VolQuest information. No, this is a free article. Some of their articles are behind a paywall. I would never share that on stream. But this one's a free article you can go check out. They've got a lot of stuff up that is free to kind of give you a taste of what they do over there. It's no secret. You guys know that I love AP. I love VolQuest. I think they're the best in the business from a media standpoint. Let's go take a look at it. Says Florida prospect Jaime Ffrench has been in Knoxville since Sunday before he headed back home. He recapped his visit to Tennessee with VolQuest. He says here, really just the people in the building, the campus. It's my first time in Knoxville, just getting out, getting to see a little bit of everything. He took in practice on Monday and Tuesday, sat in meetings, watched the Vols wide receivers put in work. This is what Ffrench said about it. Said it matters a lot in the recruiting process. The development plan is the main focus here. Their practices are intense. They fly around. They get after it. The offense speaks for itself. Coach Heupel does a great job of getting the guys going in practice. He talks about Coach Pope. Said, me and him had a great meeting. I really like his coaching style. He is very intense and in point. He's going to tell you when you are right or wrong, but still be in your corner. I've been knowing him for a long time. He is a great dude. Goes on to talk about Heupel. Says, known him since 2019 when he had my brother at UCF. It's a long time just rekindling that relationship, just like with Coach Pope. It's just getting out and seeing the people in the building. So a lot of the norm, right? What we normally hear, the environment, the culture, the atmosphere, the practice, the guys, you know, they'll be hard on you. I love that they talk about that, talk about Coach Pope. He's going to be rough on you. He's going to be hard on you. The same for Coach Garner, right? He's like that angry uncle that's constantly yelling at you, but you know he's trying to make you a better person. So this is some more from Jaime Ffrench in this article that I really like. He's talking about George McIntyre, obviously, who came in town with him. We saw that a lot with Nico when he was committed to Tennessee. Anytime there was a big-time visitor on campus, Nico made it out. George also doing the same thing. This is what Jaime said. He said, George is a good dude. He knows what he is doing on and off the field in the recruiting, too. George is a good character. He's going to smile, a guy you want to play at the quarterback position. Says he can literally go anywhere he wants to go. So where does Tennessee stand coming out of the trip? Says definitely top 3. Now, some people told me that Tennessee has absolutely no shot at landing Jaime Ffrench. A lot of buzz out there about Ohio State, but he puts Tennessee in the top 3. Says they were top 3 before I came. The people in the building, Coach Hype, Coach Pope, Coach Halsley, George, just getting around. I love this place. Now, we talk all the time. You got to get them on campus. You got to be able to sell them on the University of Tennessee. That's the first step. Now you got to get Jaime Ffrench. He's seen what it's all about. He's met with the coaches, taken practice. Now you got to get him back again before you set up an official visit. But I think this one went Tennessee's way. Says he'll be back in town for an official on June the 14th. Be looking to see more when he returns. Says just want to see how they develop. I know some of the guys just wanting to see how they develop. So again, that official scheduled. So when you tell me that Tennessee has no chance, I think Tennessee has a very realistic chance. And you look at wide receiver recruiting across the board. Right now, they've got 3-star wide receiver Joakim Dotson out of Memphis, Tennessee, currently committed in the class of 2025. And I get it, 3-star you, throw the jokes. I understand that's what people are going to do. Shortly after he committed to Tennessee, Joakim Dotson got an offer from the University of Georgia. People think his stock is going up. So keep an eye on that. That's one thing. I think this coaching staff knows what they're looking for when it comes to the wide receiver position. They've had success recruiting at the wide receiver position. We're only 2 practices in to spring camp, but we're hearing all about Braylon Staley, just how special of a talent he is. I think the future is bright for Braylon Staley. But when you look at recruiting across the board at the wide receiver position, obviously we just talked about 5-star wide receiver Jaime Ffrench. Is that a realistic possibility? Also, Caleb Cunningham, 5-star wide receiver out of Mississippi. A lot of buzz around Mississippi State there, but Tennessee is working him. Khaleke Lockett, that's probably a pipe dream. Coach Jay broke down the film here on a live stream, but another 5-star wide receiver out of Texas that Tennessee has a shot at. What VolQuest put out late last week said Tennessee really wants to land the 3 in-state kids, and that includes Joakim Dotson, but in addition to that, Cameron Sparks, 4-star wide receiver out of Chattanooga. Rodarius Jackson, 4-star wide receiver out of Memphis. They want to land those 2 guys. Already got Joakim Dotson in the boat, and then they want to add one more guy, and that's one of the elite guys, a guy like Jaime Ffrench, a guy like Caleb Cunningham, or a guy like Travis Smith that we're going to take a look at here in just a second. Obviously, Ffrench just wrapped up his visit. Cunningham and Smith both expected to be in Knoxville in April. Now, I've talked about Caleb Cunningham in the past, but one guy that I've not talked a whole lot about, and that's Travis Smith. He's a 4-star wide receiver out of Atlanta, Georgia, top 100 prospect, 11th ranked wide receiver in the country. You can go take a look at the scouting report at 247 Sports. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to show you guys some highlights. You always like when we get some highlights rolling up on the screen, so I'll roll those. We'll go through his scouting report at 247 Sports. It says prototypical outside wide receiver, build measuring around 6'4", 200 pounds on multiple occasions with a plus wingspan, has proven to be a matchup nightmare on the outside on Friday nights in combined settings against top-tier defensive backs as he can climb the ladder in contested catch scenarios or attack all areas of the field with an expanded route tree. Does not possess an elite top-end gear to separate from quicker DBs, but has a knack for separating late while tracking the ball in the air. Crafty route runner at all 3 levels who can sink his hips with ease or use subtle head and body movements to cause defenders to guess incorrectly. At this stage of the evaluation process, Smith profiles as one of the higher floor wideouts in the country and one of the better pass catchers from the Deep South. Has a chance to contribute immediately at the Power 4 level, but must continue to work on separating earlier in his routes to realize long-term NFL draft upside. Now, what he said about Tennessee in an article with On3 said Tennessee keeps growing every week and every day. They're always checking up with me and seeing what I'm doing. I'm excited to be back up there in April. And like always, I'm going to be looking to meet new people and see how things are going. What he's looking for when he comes back on campus. Again, Travis Smith and Caleb Cunningham both going to be in town in April. Said, I really want to see the skill-wise, how is developing guys in that system. I want to learn more about the offense they run, how they continue to build wide receivers up in it. Those are the 2 things I'm really going to pay close attention to. George McIntyre also working on him. Of course, George very active out there recruiting, peer recruiting, but he likes it. Tennessee is quickly becoming what some would call QBU. You got five-star quarterback Nico Iamaleava. You got a gunslinger in Jake Merklinger, who's going through practice right now, having some struggles, but it's early. He's going to put it together. He's got a competitive edge. I love Jake Merklinger. And then also, obviously, George McIntyre coming in as a five-star prospect. But that's something that stands out to Travis Smith. He says that's just something that appeals to me very nicely. When you look at all those top-notch guys, knowing you have accurate quarterbacks and knowing that whoever's behind center, they're going to get you the ball. That is a blessing and something I have paid close attention to as well. So that's a little look at Travis Smith. Again, VolQuest says Tennessee wants to prioritize those in-state kids, Cam Sparks, Redarius Jackson, Joakim Dotson, and then go land one of the big fish. You don't have to land all 4 5-stars that we talked, or 3 5-stars that we talked about. You just maybe got to get one of those guys, one of those elite guys, and then trust your evaluations. That's what we've seen with Braylon Staley, some of the other guys in this offense. But what do you guys think? Put it in the comment section. Let's talk a little recruiting. Who is your priority? Who would you rather have? Jaime Ffrench, Caleb Cunningham, Travis Smith? You want the in-state kids? Let's talk about it in the comment section. Don't forget to join us live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be a fun show. Hope you guys will tune in for that. Go check out the merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. We appreciate that. The link is also in the description below. If you want to give a little more, you can hit that join button down below. You got to be a member of the channel to jump on the fan call-in shows. You can do that for as little as $1. But if not, smash the thumbs up. That's quick, free, and easy. Jump into the comment section, and let's talk about it, because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.